Hello students, right here. This is notes for section 1.1 called What is Science? Start off with a little illustration of the sojourner went to Mars to answer some questions about Mars. But science will always involve asking questions about nature and then finding ways to answer them. One of the key questions, how does the process of science start and end? Have you ever checked at the bottom of a living pond, taken off the cover of a baseball, tried to put more or less chocolate in your milk to find out which would give the best flavor? All examples of curiosity. Curiosity is the basis of science. So, science begins with curiosity and hopefully will end with discovery. Curiosity provides questions. Scientific results rely on finding answers. Sometimes our observations are qualitative or descriptive, or they might be quantitative or numerical. Some questions can't be answered by direct observation, but by other types of evidence. Well, how the universe began, no way can we know for sure on that, but we gain ideas. And another key question, relationship between science and technology. They are interdependent. Advances in one lead to advances in the other. Key definition here, science, a system of knowledge and the methods used to find that knowledge. The goal of science is to expand knowledge. Technology is the use of knowledge to solve practical problems. The goal of technology is to apply knowledge. Sometimes technology will be called applied science. Here's an illustration of some advances in technology, advances in the telephone. From the very earliest to some more modern things. We need to know a little about the branches of natural science, another one of our key questions. Natural science, typically divided into three branches: physical science, earth and space science, and life science. Sometimes you'll just see it divided into two, physical and life, where earth is part of physical. Natural science, made physical science, physics and chemistry, two main branches of physical science. Earth and space, we can have geology, astronomy, meteorology, oceanography. Life science, branches in there, botany, zoology, ecology, and genetics. Here we'll focus on what some of those things mean. That chart we just looked at, if you didn't write it down, you want to back up, you want to get that chart. Chemistry, which we'll spend a good portion of the first semester on. The study of the composition, structure, and properties and reactions of matter. Physics, going to be our second semester. Study of matter, energy between the interactions between and the two through the forces and motion. Earth and space science, we will also look at a little of that during this course. Well, about geology is the study and the origin of the history, structures, and systems of the Earth. Astronomy, the study of the universe beyond the Earth. And then biology or life science will be your 10th grade year. Biology includes the physics and chemistry and of living things as well as their origin and behavior. Biologists will study different ways organisms grow, survive, and reproduce. Those are some things you'll be looking at next year. Now, we often get overlap between science. So biology involves changes that are part of chemistry. Chemistry divided by physics of the atoms and of the protons and neutrons and electrons that make up the atoms. Then you have something like a biophysics, applying physics to biology. And they have big ideas of physical science. Universe, both very old and very big, relating space and time, matter and change. Very small amount of the universe is matter. All the matter you're familiar of is made up things called atoms. Most of the universe is empty space. Forces in motion. We'll deal with that second semester. Forces cause changes in motion. Laws of physics allow these changes to be calculated. Energy, many forms, can be transferred but never destroyed. Science in your perspective. Science is both a process and a body of knowledge. Sometimes we're just learning facts and ideas, body of knowledge. Sometimes we're figuring out how all this is intertwined. We're looking at a process, what's making things happen. So we gain more knowledge, more model, and the models will change. In science, we need to be skeptical, we need to ask questions, need to be aware that the scientific facts of today might be changed as we gain more information, more knowledge. But the process that discovered them essentially will always stay the same. And we'll end up here with a few assessment questions that you should know. Example of technologies related to the science of physics is a radio telescope. Others are not examples of technology. Well, conservation of energy, nuclear fusion in the core of a star, speed of light. None of those are technology. Should the following not be included among the main ideas of physical science? Just a little bit ago, went through all the main ideas of physical science and living systems and organisms, because that's in biology or life science. Natural science involved the three overlapping branches: physical science, earth and space, and life science. And that was true, as we seen earlier in the notes. So that's our 1.1 notes. Should know the definitions, the key questions and answers, and some relationships between all these things. So that's all for section 1.1. Till next time, just a strike.